Good morning to everyone. My name is Catherine Mendoza, and I'm a community organizer with United Against Police Terror San Diego, and also a member of the firm. As a part of this organization, UAPTSD's mission is for advocating for victims of excessive force and police conduct, informing people of their rights, lending support to those victims of police conduct and brutality, as well as denounce the harassment and violence, intimidation and arrests and abuse of power by police forces such as the Sheriff's Department. We hereby denounce the actions of this Sheriff's Department ridiculing us and our mission for justice for the community whom we serve, in particular calling protesters demanding justice in places like Ferguson as animals. Andrew McKay said it best when the author of the email sent to us they called real citizens, or they separated the protesters from real citizens. It confirms San Diego sheriffs, like many other law enforcement agencies, county and countrywide, treat people with dignity, while others are treated as lesser beings. This email is the product of a culture rooted in racism and supremacy, as shown in racial profiling and 32 documented cases of people killed by the San Diego Sheriff's Department. Their names are as follows: Robert Gary Teschner, Junior Sylvester Clark, Michael Stainwich, Jose Malacra, Paul Reynolds, Daniel Price, Federico Adame, Lionel Hernandez Guerrero, Ibrahim Hassan, Gilberto Torres Ramirez, Damone Edward Cook, Jorge Ramirez, Jesus Eduardo Manzo, George Schaljurger Jr., Franklin Joseph Rhodes, Kenneth Drinkard, Shane Anthony Hayes, Samuel Epping, Marquin Anthony Hendricks, Craig Lane Peterson, Robert Allen Moore, Christopher Lee Panowski, Gary Kendrick, Simone Hubble, Corey P. Schwarzenbach, Robert John Medina, Fred Scott Horton, Richard Navarez, Jeffrey Dale Gray, and Michael Paul Napier. This email and the 32 people lost is proof that there is no empathy or respect for our community members practicing our First Amendment rights and living here in San Diego. We have a right to free speech, hate speech, like in the emails from the sheriffs, stating human beings are animals, was written by those who seem to have no problem taking innocent lives. It also serves as evidence that it is in fact law enforcement who is dividing everyone into allies or enemies. Thank you very much for your time. Next, we have Jeff Olson from the Social Association.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Olson. I'm a free speech advocate from the North Park neighborhood here in San Diego, and I'm a proud member of Socialist Alternative. And this Socialist Alternative and organizations like that are interested in this case because this is a really shocking use of this is really shocking abuse of free speech. People like Kat and Aaron, who work for United Against Police Terror and do amazing work, they don't deserve to be on the receiving end of hate mail that comes from the sheriff's office. It would be shocking if we didn't live in a county where our sheriff was the person in charge of the FBI when Vicki Weaver was shot through the head while holding a baby. This kind of behavior from the Sheriff's Department wouldn't be surprising if we didn't live in a county where our district attorney takes money from Mexico and prosecutes hip-hop artists for recording rap albums. This kind of behavior wouldn't be surprising, but for the fact that we have to deal with this kind of thing every day. So a person named CiscoKid1560@gmail.com sent an email to United Against Police Terror San Diego, and it was very threatening. It described protesters as animals. It referred to the county, and it also came from an IP address that is located here at the Sheriff's Department. So what we really need to do next, and what Sheriff Bill Gore needs to do immediately, is reveal the identity of this employee, terminate their relationship with the county, and the sheriff needs to make it clear that that kind of behavior is not going to be tolerated by his employees. That's not too much to ask. This person doesn't belong working for the county in any capacity. The email is disturbing. It's grammatically horrible. It has bizarre spelling mistakes. It's written in all caps. It really brings to mind the question of the mental health, maybe, of the person who wrote it. When you read the text of it, it's confusing. Maybe it was written under the influence of drugs or alcohol. It's definitely worth reading and checking out. And it was brought to you by your taxpayer dollars, because it came from the sheriff's office. So it'll be exciting to hear from Bill Gore about how he plans to deal with this. And I feel like that's the minimum that we can expect from him.
How do you know Bill Gore himself didn't send it?
That would be interesting. There are some clues about who sent it, and the person's identity may be revealed whether or not Sheriff Gore does that on his own volition.
Hey, we got word that the sheriff's tried to quash this press conference yesterday.
Oh, I'm sure he's not happy that we're here. But you can't stop Kat and Aaron from United Against Police Terror.
Did they ask you guys not to hold this press conference?
Well, they wanted to know if it could be settled. I wanted clarification as to the work that we do. I wanted people to know what kind of communication we received from the San Diego sheriffs, and that it's not so much we're wanting to fight them. It's like we're just advocating for the families of people that have been brutalized and killed, and we're practicing our amendment right.
Are you aware that one of the names you mentioned was the San Diego sheriff deputy who was killed during a home invasion robbery? Michael Sandwich?
Really?
What happened, it was many years ago. It was out on Coal Ranch Road out in the Leavenhagen area. They did a raid on the house. They noticed there was hundreds of thousands of dollars in the safe. 2 days later, Michael Sandwich came back to rob the place and was beating the grandmother and the grandson. And one of them was able to break free and call the sheriff. And when they shot Michael Sandwich, the radio call came out, "Deputy down. Deputy down."
That's what happens when you shoot first and ask questions later.
Can you read the email?
Sure.
Thank you.
This should be fascinating. It's very bizarre.
Thank you so much.
You know what? And anybody who's looking, I'd be more than happy to forward any kind of information regarding the backup of the email itself. Okay.
Excuse me, could you stand in the middle?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, is this better? Those kids. Fuck you, you stupid pieces of shit. Man, you guys got some straight up hate on this website. And a whole 2,000 of the millions of residents and law-abiding citizens in San Diego County actually like you on Facebook. That makes sense though, because this website is a bunch of stupid bullshit. The police aren't the problem, it's the criminals out there victimizing the real citizens of this country that are the problem. The decriminalizing of theft and drugs, which is the root of more than half of crime. And thank God for gang injunctions, in which gang documenting procedures. This allows the judicial system the tools to get extremely violent. This allows the judicial system the tools to get extremely violent people off the streets for good. They keep us safe. Look at Ferguson, for Christ's sake. They protest police by destroying their own town, attacking each other, looting and stealing from hard-working business owners. Animals, no values, no common sense, just greed and hate. The real citizens of this country and nation, the ones who don't commit crimes and work hard, who pay taxes, don't commit crimes, don't accept government welfare, love the police, and want the propaganda to shove it up your ass. You will never succeed because there are too many of us and too little of you. The good people of this country and county will always prevail over scum like you. Good luck, you're gonna need it.
Brought to you by your San Diego County Sheriff's Office.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, they are shaming individuals who have addictions, what came to my mind.